And in Butte County, just 8 applications have been submitted and 4 permits issued to rebuild homes lost in the Park Fire. We introduce you to one family that's navigating this process.
We thought the barn was going to burn, not the house.
Yeah, because the fire was coming from this way.
Right, the fire was coming from Cohasset.
Right. It was coming down Canyon.
When the Park Fire broke out in Chico's Bidwell Park, Kathy Fell had enough warning to get her horses to safety. Plus,
I went in and got a lot of jewelry. And as I was walking through the house that last time, I looked at everything going, this may be the last time I see all this.
Her husband, John, a Peninsula Fire Department battalion chief, was out fighting the Gold Complex that day. He raced back to their home on Sycamore Valley Road.
I was just wearing wildland firefighting gear, and I ran into the front door and grabbed my great-grandmother's antique museum piece of artwork, and I put that in the back of my truck. I went in for a second look, starting to get burned, and I said, nope, there's nothing left, and stood there and watched it burn.
The loss was all the more shocking because the Fells thought they were prepared for something like this.
We had removed all combustible material 5 feet from the house, which is zone 0. All the vegetation had been irrigated, but the problem is when the fire came into the neighborhood, it came down canyon with such velocity that it didn't really matter.
Their home burned on night 1. Just one of more than 400 homes that the Park Fire would eventually tear down over the course of about 2 months. But the Fells are determined to get it back.
You're going to basically recreate exactly your dream home.
Exactly, with a few modifications. Most of the modifications are due to the new building codes.
Okay.
So this would be the garage, and that was the side yard. I built those pillars out of rock from the Rock Creek.
When we walk in, we're going to have everything pretty much the same colors, same, floor plan. And when we walk in the door, what we want is to be able to go, we're home.
And thanks to a volunteer group that sifted through the ashes, the Fells will have a few cherished items to fill their recreated home with.
They found his Chico State College ring.
Wow.
They found his wedding ring. They found his badges.
They're destroyed though, but I do have them.
The nightmare still wasn't over. In November, debris flow flooded Rock Creek, the water sweeping away their stabilizing structure. They've since submitted a permit to replace it.
We're only going to clean up the debris, rock debris field along the bank and in the creek.
Okay.
And then we'll probably just put large boulders for riprap.
But they're still waiting on the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to sign off. Once that happens,
Our contractor said once we start, it'll take about 8 to 10 months, depending on the weather, for the house to be completed.
Hoping that we'll have a roof by December.
6 people on your street lost their homes. And how many are rebuilding, or?
We're the only ones right now that are planning to rebuild immediately.
the Fells went the private route for cleanup and for the rebuild.
You had insurance, right?
Yes.
Private insurance, so you're covered. Maybe not quite enough.
Well, no one thinks their house is going to burn to the ground,
Right.
so everyone has to determine what they can afford for insurance. And we're a little underinsured, especially with current building material costs.
Are you concerned about another fire?
No.
Yes, I am.
But this time, they're building based on lessons learned.
We won't have any wooden structures. Everything will be metal, nothing combustible.
Mother Nature is strong, but the Fells and their sense of community are stronger.
We have a neighborhood to come back to, and we have neighbors. It'll be different, but time heals a lot of wounds.
In Butte County, debris removal is 95% complete. Hazard tree removal, 70% complete.